The American people like to hear about the personal lives of our first families. Maybe it's because they're the closest thing we have to royalty, or maybe it's because of this idea we have that anyone could become president. Regardless, anything involving the lives of the families of our elected leader is sure to garner attention. With the previous first family, it seemed that the media just couldn't say enough good about them. From their supposed storybook marriage, to their little growing family, the Obamas were the darlings of network news. But was it always a fairy tale working for the most liberal president in American history? Stories out of Camp David tell another tale. According to People, everything was sunshine and roses when the Obamas took advantage of their country retreat. However, they may not realize just how offensive some of the former First Lady's actions were. According to a story titled _Michelle Obama's Workouts, Problem Hugs and Other Dishy Scoop from Inside Camp David _ the former camp commander talks about his experiences with the families that have retreated there, in his new book, Inside Camp David, The Private World of the Presidential Retreat. Rear Admiral and former camp commander Michael Georgian reflects on the 75-year history of the retreat, and how former presidential families like the Obamas, Bushes, and Clintons used it to relax. To me, Camp David is more a psychological journey than a physical one, Lady Bird Johnson once said of the camp, which is isolated on top of a mountain in Thurmont, Maryland, according to the book. I leave my troubles outside the gate. As we all know, Camp David is supposed to be a special retreat just for presidents and their families. It's a place that they can go to get away from the hustle and bustle of Capitol Hill that is very familiar to the Secret Service and very defensible. For that reason, there is a significant military installation there, but not everyone can respect what that military personnel are there to do. Not only did Mrs. Obama have what amounted to hen parties there, she had a sick use for the Marines who were stationed there to protect herself and her family. The Obamas, although they used the camp rather sparingly, only 39 times, compared to other first families. According to Inside Camp David, then President Obama didn't go to the camp as often as Michelle and their two daughters, Sasha and Malia. When Michelle visited, she often brought a crew of friends, and once hosted Beyoncé at the camp to celebrate the artist's birthday. Like best room, Michelle Obama enjoyed bringing female friends for the weekend, along with the chef to prepare healthy meals, Georgian writes. She and her friends would work out pretty intensely up to 3 times a day in the gym, with Marines holding the punching bags, then relax by the pool, laughing and talking. Michelle Obama's frequent hugs were also noteworthy. A new commander was teasingly warned, "Heads up. She's a hugger." There are a lot of things that military personnel sign up to do in the service of God and country, but being a glorified personal trainer for a first lady with an overinflated ego isn't usually a selling point recruiters use. It takes a lot of self-importance to require someone who's tasked with our safety to watch you work out. Her workouts aren't the only thing that has Michelle Obama feeling like the queen of the world. The painter tasked with painting her portrait that was commissioned by the Smithsonian's National Portrait Gallery will be getting hundreds of thousands over her normal fee. The New York Times profiled the artist tasked with the incredibly important portrait. "I'm just going to pretend it's not a big deal," said the artist Amy Schrold, speaking in her spare studio in the neighborhood known as Station North. "I paint paintings of people. And I'm painting a painting of another person. But it is a big deal, since the person Miss Schrold happens to be painting is Michelle Obama." Earlier this month, the Smithsonian's National Portrait Gallery announced that it had commissioned Miss Schrold, 44, for the official portrait of the former First Lady, and tapped Kehinde Wiley, 40, for the likeness of former President Barack Obama. The first time black artists have been selected to paint a presidential couple for the gallery. The Smithsonian plans to pay for both works with $500,000 in private donations, of which $300,000 has been raised so far. This amount covers everything including each artist's fees, which Miss Agent would not specify. Miss Schwild's paintings typically sell for $15,000 to $25,000. As if the Obamas hadn't taken enough from us, one of our nation's greatest historical institutions plans to pay $500,000 for pictures of them. Even that would be less insulting if the painter's works warranted that, but the typical market value for the works of Barack Obama's portrait top out at around $150,000 and the artist painting Michelle Obama cap at $25,000 to date. That would lead one to believe that the subject matter was what inflated the value, and considering approval ratings in the results of the last election, the American people would beg to differ. H/T, People, and White Times.